Petra, you have some great ideas about what to talk about, I think, in the spirit of this holiday season.
Yeah, I was thinking to speak a little bit about releasing the old stuff. So, because we are now going into some new era, the new year, the new month, let's say the new quarter of the century. So we can start with releasing all the stuff that we don't need, that we don't want to carry with us. So we go into the new year a little bit lighter. And we can release many things, like from clearing some resentments or releasing some limiting beliefs that we have, some patterns that we want to change. Let's say, I don't know, some procrastination or finding our word for the next year. So my word for the next year is gonna be courage. I don't know if you have your word for the next year. If you do, will you share it with us? Not yet.
I don't have one yet.
So all those things that we can do and to prepare ourselves to go into this new year, new era a little bit lighter and open to the new experiences that we can bring into our lives.
Yeah, I love that. And I found it interesting. You mentioned the word lighter a couple of times, and this is a word that my clients use so often when we work through certain emotions or limiting beliefs or anything that's really holding them back, weighing them down. And when we check in with the body, or when I ask them what has changed now, what do you notice? 99.9% they say, I feel lighter. So really releasing something that we think of as mental translates to different feeling in the body, different energy, having more power to do things, to show up in a different way. So I think it's a great idea, and I love the idea of having a word for the year.
Mm-hmm. So I think, like, when we release certain emotions that are stored in our bodies, is like we lose this grip that it has on us. So emotion is like energy in motion. So when certain emotions are trapped inside us because we didn't know as a children how to process them, how to go through them, how to maybe know that it's not our fault. Usually it's not in early childhood. But then when you release this and the energy starts flowing again in your body, then you automatically feel lighter. And I think this is something that is nice, to have this feeling of freshness, of being like, alive again, like freshly in love, like those feelings that we can be in love in our lives also.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And do you have any tips or techniques that you can recommend to people for releasing those emotions?
So what I usually do when I go, or with myself or with clients, we go through some soul searching, let's say, and just to find what is triggering us, and then finding what emotions, what thoughts, what beliefs are underneath that. And when we find something that I forgive myself for, something that I believed in or that I judged myself for, not I forgive somebody else, but I forgive myself that I was believing something. And then I say, what is the truth? I forgive myself for judging myself for not doing enough. But the truth is, I did more than I was, more than I had my capacities in the certain spam or something. And with this kind of going through all of those statements, releasements, you really feel lighter. But I was also on one seminar that we've done a lot of those rituals of clearing things, and we wrote everything that we want to leave in the previous year. And then we wrote that on a piece of paper, and we, like all the group together, we just went to the to one fire pit, and we burned those those papers, and like collectively released all that what we wrote. And but one more thing, when we are releasing things, it's good that we think also with what we want to replace it with. So if I release my procrastination or my fear of something, I want to make sure that I invite in my life in the next year something that I want instead of this. So it's not just releasing, but also thinking, okay, if I don't want this, what I want. So we always know what is the next step, what do I want? Because I think many people just don't know what they want in their lives.
Yeah. And then on what you want, I think we've touched on this in a few other talks, but I think taking it a step further, why do you want it, right? Because sometimes our wants are almost fed to us by external messaging, especially we get from social media. So if you write down, I want this new fancy shiny car, or I want whatever material item it is, then why do you want it? What is it going to give you? What is the feeling, the thought, the perception that it's going to give you? So is it going to make you feel very important? Is it going to make you feel like you belong to a certain group of people? What is it? And then just get curious about it. It's not like there is a wrong or right answer, but it's good to understand why you want certain things, because then also potentially you might be able to give yourself that through other sources.
Yeah, I was thinking more or less not physical stuff, but like what kind of feelings, what kind of energies you want to bring in. Not like a new car, new house, but just what kind of energy. I
think when you tell people like, what do you want next year, automatically most of the people I can think of would go into like, I want a new job, I want a new relationship, I want a new car, I want a new that. And I think, as much as I get this energy and all, it's, I think maybe the circle we are communicating with is more into that space.
Yeah.
The more committed we are towards ourselves, the more we can be the same. Absolutely. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. And it's so good to be compassionate with others, and it's nice with ourselves and with others. It's nice.
Yeah.
You have any technique or ritual that you use to release something from your life in like symbolic way or energetic way?
I think, what you mentioned, burning things down is always used for this kind of stuff, but also through breathwork, and I'm excited about you joining me for a session soon. We're going to release a lot of stuff, and you tell me after how it's. This is a very powerful way also to complete those unfinished cycles in the body where emotions are trapped and not released. So that's one way. That is more on a physical dimension. And then, in terms of writing things down, burning or not burning, up to you. But depending where you live, if you're in an apartment building, might not be a good idea. But definitely putting things on paper with your hand and a pen, and just giving yourself actually space to reflect on it, because we are all into doing, running. Just making space in this last few days of the year to actually be with yourself, with your feelings, emotions, and just honestly, without beating yourself up, reflect on what's lacking in your life, or what could be different. What do you want to call in or let go, without judgment, with lots of compassion, and just making time for it. I think for many people this is a big challenge, actually, to make time to reflect.
Meditations are also amazing, really good. We all can find some rituals that bring us closer to ourselves. This can be meditation. I wrote my, now I'm on 31st day of writing every day 3 pages of some journaling. And I really feel like more clarity, because I don't write about my day, or I don't write about something external. I write about me, and also about the feelings that I have and everything, and it's just so much, clearer. Like, where do I want to go? What do I want to do? Especially now in this era when we start to also with Sacred Days of Christmas, we read a lot of things, and we also bring in the new ones, and we are more focused on the goals for the next year. And I hope everybody who's watching this, listening to this, has at least one really big goal that is a bit scary, because those are the ones that are meant to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
How do you find the
Petra's 12 days of whatever Christmas? Do join. I'm doing it and I'm loving it. So do hop in. It's not late still.
Yeah, especially yesterday when we were doing those write what you needed to hear as a child from your mother. That one was quite.
I'll need to look for that email. I must have missed it. Oh.
That one was.
You all the secrets. We want people to try. Guys, join in. It's really deep work and it's great. So, where can they find the link, Petra? Will you share it?
Just DM me the email, and I will send it. Then, So, yeah.
And Paul, thank you for sharing your experience with meditation group. I think this is another great way. And what you're talking about was coming together with others for a common purpose. I think this is also so important. That sense of community that, again, in our modern society is unfortunately lost. And for many people, it left such a huge gap. We are tribal beings and we do need support and connection of other people. So this is really of great help, and I'm glad you found that, and thank you for bringing it up so we can actually suggest it to other people as well. Find a community, find a group of people with similar interests, values, something you can do together, and this is really a great way to find meaning in life, to feel better, and
having good friends, it's a gem, like really.
And I think good friends, they are usually, you can't have too many, but then you might have people that you still share something in common, ways that you kind of engage in similar activities. They may not necessarily, some might or might not become your friends, but you still get that support group and the sense of community, which I think is great. And friendship. But invest in friendships, right? They don't happen magically overnight. Even if you meet someone today, they will only become a friend if you both put the time and effort.
Yeah, and if you have similar values. Otherwise, I think the friendships are also more acquaintances than a real friendship if the values are not aligned. Yeah, but let's go back to the lighter topics of the of the new year. So the Christmas is approaching really fast, and you have any special celebration ritual for the evening, or I don't? So.
No, I don't really, and because in the family I grew up, we didn't really celebrate Christmas, and even back in Ukraine, they celebrated Christmas at a different date. So, but then I lived most of my life in places where they do celebrate Christmas, so I kind of feel it as a holiday, but I do not have any rituals at the moment.
Yeah, if I would be home, we would now be decorating the Christmas tree and doing all these decorations. But I really love one ritual that is lighting up the lights. They can be candles or those little lights that you can buy, those little bulbs with different kind of colors, and you can just put them somewhere for decoration. Yeah, and just to make house also a little bit more vibrant, more alive. And I think this is so, especially with this winter solstice, when we are getting our days back. So it's, I think it's nice. Yeah.
Okay. do you have anything else you wanted to share, or shall we wrap up for today?
Yeah, we could wrap up. I would just invite people to maybe join this ritual that we are doing in 12 sacred days, and to maybe think about goals, like not New Year resolutions, because I don't believe in those. I think those don't work because it's just like a momentary inspiration, but usually it's not, we don't have enough motivation to go through with them. But just think about some long-term goals, not materialistic. They can be also like, but just like, what do we want to achieve or something? And this can also show in materialistic way, of course.
But yeah, that's a great invitation. So guys, I'll see you at Petra's 12 Sacred Days of Christmas. One day I'll learn the full name of it, but you got me. Message her, she'll send you the instructions, and it's great activity to do.
Yeah. See you next Monday.
And enjoy your
week.
Yeah, enjoy the holidays, the festive season and all.
Yeah.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.